creates and administrates the world through a multiplicity of causal agents. It's on different sub-levels, acting in concert with each other, the opponent saying, for the sake of the whole, the one supreme being. Your body is a good example of that. Nature is full of examples of unity expressing itself through a multiplicity for the sake of a whole. We find it all over nature. That's why the Egyptians keep saying, as above, so below. Meaning that which you find, on one level, you find on higher levels. You find on different levels. Because it's one verse or one statement, one pattern, one blueprint for all things. Okay? So, monotheism is synonymous with Unitarianism. Is with one verse, with universalism, with unity, with Gestalt, with the unified field theory. The next question is, why make such a big thing about it? Because you see, another most important synonym for unity is the good. In the African, the Kemetic understanding of life, the good, and white people don't know what good and evil is. You read their books and the philosophical things are all confused about what is good, what is evil, and so forth. African people understood what good is and what evil is. Good is an effect. It's an effect of unity and harmony. When things work one with another, in harmony with each other, then the effect of that is the good. Health, well-being. If in this room here, everything that's been done in this school, if everything that's been done in this nation is took into account everybody's legitimate needs and rights, then there's harmony, there's equilibrium. Then, if I was saying, you see, there's unity. That's why the first quantity is unity. One. You see? It is the opposite of evil. When you study the African conception and understanding of evil, evil is the effect of disunity. Give an example. When 10% of the nation controls 85% of the wealth, you have disunity. Okay? And I can go on and on and on, but I want to move on because you all know the story quite well. Give an assignment. You can turn in examples later on. So the purpose of explaining and making a big thing about a monotheism is that its purpose was to avoid and combat evil in society. And evil is synonymous with polytheism. Polytheism being properly defined as the belief that there is a multiplicity of presiding agents, causal agents, is causing effects in the world in isolation from each other, working independently from each other, independent from a whole, and so forth. My question is, are there people in the world who act as if they believe that the world is composed of a multiplicity of causal agents acting separate and in isolation from each other? Are there such people? Are you trying to say, I heard somebody say yes back there. Are you trying to say that there is in this world today, in 1991, 9 years from the 21st century, polytheists among us, primitive people among us, heathens among us. As a matter of fact, before I expose the true polytheist, before I do that, let me give you examples of polytheism and examples of monotheism. One of the important expression of a monotheism, a Unitarian way of living and looking at life and so forth, is the belief that the ultimate cause of all problems is one. The ultimate solution is one. Meaning, a true monotheist will look at America and say, okay, there's all this teenage pregnancy, there's all this juvenile delinquency, this drug addiction, etc., etc., cheating, stealing, and killing, and homicide, and so forth. And the true monotheist will say, all of these problems have one cause and one solution. The polytheist will say, well, juvenile delinquency has a cause separate from teenage pregnancy. That has a cause separate from poverty. That has a cause separate from illness. You see? Therefore, we need to set up special studies for each one of these things and look for separate solutions. And we need to find, separate specialists, professionals and experts in each area. And they go on and on and on. And do you ever wonder why they can't find a solution? Why they can never solve the problem? Why they come up with a solution that makes the problem worse? Or might solve a problem and create 10 problems in the other direction? This one solution, this one preventive measure, this one solution, says the ancient Kemetic priest, is the knowledge of self. When you know the truth about who you are, who is man, when you organize society and its institutions around the knowledge of who is man, what is man's true nature, when you create a social order, we're interwoven in the wooden fabric of that social order, people must live according to the knowledge of